Hey everyone, today we're camping in my backyard. So the boundary of our house backs all the way down into the valley, right in the bottom. So to get here, I just have to walk into my backyard. I've been coming down to this forest since I was about 7 or 8. I'd come down here with my friends and we'd bring Nerf guns and have Nerf wars and pretend to be soldiers in all the mud. And it's been a long time since I've been coming down here, so everything's a bit fuzzy, but I still do remember a couple of spots like this along the way. And so tonight, what I'm sitting on right now, this is gonna be my bed. This rock is pretty much the perfect length of my body, and it's under this huge overhang, so if it rains, I'm safe, I think. So I am gonna have absolutely nothing tonight except for my out and sleeping pad on this rock and my snug pack jungle bag to keep the mosquitoes off me. I am a little bit scared of leeches. If you saw in the last video, my sleeping bag has a mosquito net over the top of it. And my concern is the leeches are gonna go onto the mosquito net and attach to my face through the netting. But we'll see, I guess. This rock even has a bloody backrest. It curves perfectly, so the whole night I can just sit here. Who needs a camping chair? Oh, that's an amazing view. It's about 12 o'clock now, so I want to get some lunch into me. And then there's two things that I need to get done. So number one is I want to get a fire going. And that's really tricky down here because everything is constantly wet. So it's very difficult to light a fire and then maintain the fire. So I want to go around, grab kindling, fuel, all of that, so I don't have to worry about it while it's dark. The second thing I want to do is I want to build a little frame going over the top of the fire so that I can hang up my new grill from Alton, I still don't know how to pronounce it. I've brought down a big old steak and I'm really excited to cook that on the grill, hanging over the top of the fire. It's gonna be awesome. The other thing I bought from Alton along with this is their metal water bottle. Now, if you don't own a metal water bottle for camping, I highly recommend you get this one because it means you can take water out of a river, boil it on the fire, and you don't have to worry about transferring water between pots and other things like that. All right, food time and then fire time. I just found something very interesting next to my bed. So there's a little hole there, not very wide, but then there's this one over here, which is quite wide. There's somebody's business just there. Don't know if anyone knows what that might be. Me and my friends always wanted to come down here and camp as kids, but we never got around to it. Probably because we were scared or didn't have time because of school or something. I camped here for the first time this year after over 10 years of waiting to do it. And I remember the first time I was sitting around my fireplace and I had my tent behind me. Bit on edge because I was in a dark rainforest with no one there with me and looking out into the darkness around me. And then all of a sudden, I see in the distance these two blue eyes staring at me, glowing in the dark. I mean, I know there's no predators down here, but it was still freaking me out. I didn't know what was looking at me. I kept looking at it for a while, and then, my eyes started to kind of focus on the environment around it, and I suddenly noticed there was millions of eyes staring at me. And I went, what is that? There's an army of all these animals. And then I realized they're not eyes, they're millions of glowworms. And so all through this valley at nighttime, you just see thousands and thousands of glowworms all along the walls. All right, these are my 2 Y branches for the frame. Now I just need a stick to go across. Awesome. This grill also comes with a little ultralight chopping board, which is awesome. I'll be using that tonight for the onion. The only bad thing about this place is it gets dark really fast. So it's only 1:30 and it feels like sunset. It's very, very dark down here. The camera probably doesn't make it look that way, but it is for me. So that's why I came down quite early. You really have to get all your main camp activities done. It really makes you value those little tiny patches of sunlight that come through during the day. Sometimes you'll be going for a little walk through the valley and suddenly a little beam of light will hit you through the trees, and it's the only bit of light you've seen for a few hundred meters, and it's a pretty exciting little moment. These ferns worked last time at the waterfall, but we'll see if they flame enough for it to work again down here. Okay, I need to pile something on. Looks like we're in business. I was just looking for some more wood and I nearly fell down this bloody hole. That one is huge. If anyone knows what that is, please tell me. Just noticed a slight problem and I was a bit worried this would happen. I went to put on my jacket and it's saturated all down this part of it. And at the head just here, you can see a few drops. We have some drippers on the roof. It doesn't look like there's any drops down this end, so I'm gonna swap it around and sacrifice my feet instead, I guess. Every now and then a drip lands on my back. What time do you reckon it is? I've set the camera so that it looks like what I see. In the valley, this is what 2 in the afternoon looks like. It's very dark. Pretty excited to cook a steak tonight. My friends know me as the tuna, spam and assorted canned foods man when it comes to camping. I never eat anything but that, and so it's a good feeling to bring down some actual ingredients and, you know, make something. I usually cheap out big time when it comes to camping and just eat a load of crap, but it gives you something to look forward to throughout the entire day, so that's why I decided to change that habit for today. Let's do a little bushcraft project. Something to do while the light's fading away. I want to make a lamp post. That's what I need. Alright, that's the holder. In true bushcraft fashion, I don't want to use any paracord. So let's go and find some vine. This is looking pretty good. Oh, this is more what I want. That there. Alright, look at that. Nature's paracord. So now I have to tie the holder to my branch. I'll saw a notch in the branch. So I've got a notch here and a notch here for the paracord to feed through. I'll chop it in half for each notch. That is well in place. Alright, now I just have to make a sharp end for it to stake into the ground. As simple as it may be, I am quite pleased with that. It's still only 3, so unfortunately it's not steak time. I have to keep waiting. Thanks everyone that watched that waterfall video that I did last weekend. It was really the first video on my channel that I kind of intended for an audience. All the camping videos before that have really just been for me and my friends to watch, you know, after we've done the trip or whatever to look back on. It was really cool to see everyone saying how much they enjoyed the video and how they really liked it. I didn't expect it to get that many views so quickly, but it was really awesome. I'm hoping to do this for the rest of the year and onward. I've always liked making short films back when I was a kid on my old iPod, and I've always loved camping, and so it was only recently that the two kind of clicked together and I realized that this could be a long-term project for me to keep working on. So I'm going to try and upload a video weekly, sometime over the weekend, maybe once every fortnight. We'll see how much I can keep up with this, because it's a lot of work. But yeah, thanks again. If any of you have this kind of coat, do you get really bad problems with like sweat buildup? I'll wear it for the walk into the campsite, and by then I'll be drenched in sweat because it just traps absolutely everything and keeps it contained. It has zero breathability. Right now, once it starts getting dark and I need something to keep me warm, this thing is still drying out. I've had to drape it over the fire and furiously heat it up for the past 30 minutes, and even then it's still pretty saturated, so it's quite unpleasant to wear. So yeah, let me know if you have any solutions to that problem. Well, it's coming up to 5, so I think I might just throw on this steak now and have a bit of a feast. I'm going to put some seasoning on the steak, and I've got this packet here. I bought this from Alton's website and I love it. It's got a really strong kick to it. I've done the most cursed thing you can do while making a steak, and that's drop it in the sand. Well, that steak was pretty nice, other than the fact that it was very sandy and crunchy. But the grill worked great. I noticed something really cool while I was washing up all my cutlery in the river. I'll show you. Check it out. Isn't that incredible? I don't know if you can see that, but that is reaching up into the valley. It's amazing. Unfortunately, there's no glowworms yet. I turned off all the lanterns just before and I couldn't see any. Really hope they come out because I was really looking forward to that. Well, I reckon I'm going to hop into bed now. I'll keep an eye out for the glowworms and hopefully they come out, and if they do, I'll get up and take some photos of them, but otherwise I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Well, certainly a much warmer sleep than last week, thankfully. I only saw one glowworm last night, and he was just straight above me. It was just the one glowing. I was looking all around at different parts of the night, and it was just this one fella. So that was kind of cool, but it made me question where all the others went, because like I was saying, the last time I was down here, there was just hundreds of them. It was like looking at the night sky on the ceiling. I don't know whether it's because it's freezing cold at the moment. Anyway, I need to pack up and get home and work. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little video. It's such a great spot down here. I'm so lucky to have this straight in my backyard. I'll definitely come down here a few more times because I just saw so many caves on the way in here. Anyway, I've got to head home and get to work, so I'll see you in a weekend or two.